All right, looks like we back in, we back in, we back in. This is part two of greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This is part two of Mikael's Knowledge of Truth, and this is part two of um the conquering. What's the conquest. I don't know where my mind is at. The conquest of Jacob and Esau. The conquest of Jacob and Esau. And the conquest is the ending of everything, the ending of all things. I shared in part one, part two. This is part two. This is actually part four, truthfully. Did part one. This is part two. Since yesterday I did part one, which was in I might well break them down into parts like that too. This is part, but I didn't say it like that. So this is part two I'm doing tonight, which is this is actually the fourth part. You would say this would be the fourth part of the conquest of Jacob and Esau. I probably have to go in and switch those out and change them out, but I'm gonna leave it as is right now. This is part two of of this is part two of Jacob, the conquest of Jacob and Esau, part two. Part one we just did. We're in part two right now. Part two of part two. A few minutes we just did part one of part two um, of the quest of Jacob and Esau. Now we're doing part two of Jacob and Esau. So, excuse me, just come out of Daniel chapter 7, Daniel chapter 2. And also, I believe I started off back with Daniel chapter 2, and I did like a little recap. And I also did the pale horse, breaking down the pale horse, shared that information, showing you that that is the system of today. The system of the day is the pale horse. A lot of people can't see it, and they're living in it. So that happens a lot with a lot of situations that's happening within to us. Now, in the same breath that we're going through in chapter 8, which is why we go through our spiritual freedom sovereign freedom class as of tomorrow. Oh boy. Excuse me. I wish I was in my real right walking mind. I'm kind of tired, but I really can't go through it like I want to. But if you will understand, I'm just gonna give you 8 and 23. I'm gonna start off there before we go into Revelations chapter 12 and 13. All right. This is part of the kingdom, right? And this is 8 and 23, right? It says we say 22 and 23 in chapter 8, Daniel 8. It says, now that being broken, whereas four stood up for it, four kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power, not in their own power. It's going to be of the Creator's power. Actually, you can see 21 is, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn is that is between his eyes is the first king, right? Medes and Persians. Matter of fact, let me come on up. Start at 19. And he said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end in these days, in the days that's happening up until these days of the indignation, for at the time appointed the end shall be. For at the time appointed the end shall be. 20. The ram which thou sawest having two horns are the kings of Medes and Persians. That's the ram with two horns. Are the kings of Medes and Persians. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia, meaning he's going to take over. And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king, which was who? Babylon. Babylon was the first king, which was first kingdom. Now that being broken, whereas four stood up, that's the four that it's talking about. The Medes, it spoke about the Medes and the Persian, the Greeks, and it's talking about um the ram, which is Mede and Persian, the rough goat, which is Greece, and the great horn that is between his eyes, that is the first king, which is the Nebuchadnezzar. Now that being broken, whereas four stood up for it, four kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. Then 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, which is the fourth kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the fore, that's us, we're the transgressors, Israel is the transgressor, are come to the fore, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. This is the Pope. This is when they're going to come up with all the different things that, like, the things that's said in court now that you don't understand that they're saying. They're dark sentences. Shall stand up. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully. Isn't that what this country do? Isn't that what this country do? They practice to destroy. Wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice. That's what they do. And shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And this is what has happened. And through their policies, policy officers, and through their policy, all he shall cause, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. And we already know that. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, which is us, but he shall be broken without hand. And the vision of the evening and the morning which was told is true, which is I keep telling everyone. Wherefore shut thou up the vision, for it shall be for many days. That is just talking about still the fourth empire, and this is talking about the day that we're in right now, actually when you get to 23. But it breaks down and tells about those things that happen as the kingdoms and as time progress. Now let's get to Revelations 12. Second Thessalonians, second chapter is a great one too. But that's in the days of this impostorous, this Christianity and the stuff that the people are lingering with that has nothing to do with the Creator. So let's go over here to 12 real quick. 12:3. This is the Roman Empire. This is Esaw. The Roman Empire, 12:3. All right. It states, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. That great red dragon is Esaw. It's saying red dragon, but it's the spirit of Esaw. And behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads, 7 continents, and 10 horns, 10 powers, the powers upon those continents, and 7 crowns upon his head. It means 7 kingdoms upon each. There's a kingdom upon each continent, because they have to take over where they're going. And his tail draweth the third part of the stars of heaven, which is us, Israel, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, to devour her child as soon as it was born. That's spiritual and it's physical. I'm not going to go into that right now, but that's a physical and spiritual point of view there. We'll get it a little later. So, after that, now we go into 13. Chapter Revelation 13. But the red dragon is the dragon you're going to see over here in Revelation 13. That's the dragon that had the power. All right. Now, we're going to run through right here, chapter 13, real quick to get an understanding. And this is Esau. Same way as the majority of the conquest of Esau we've been reading. Right? First beast, Esau. This is the other part of Romans Esau. Greek is Esau as well as the Romans. Right? And whether they look Caucasian or not, or whatever y'all want to put, it's the mindset and the energy of what they do. That's what you got to look at. Excuse me. Excuse me. Chapter 13, the first beast, which is the fourth beast. The first beast of the fourth, and put it like that. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads that rise up out of the sea of people, having 7 heads, meaning taking over the 7 continents, and 10 horns, that's powers upon each continent, and upon his horns 10 crowns, that's 10 kingdoms. Now the kingdom is upon those horns. Before it was just upon those heads with the Romans. Now you got them upon the horns. And upon his heads the names of blasphemy. Blasphemy is all the different religions around the world is blaspheming the name of the Creator, because Israel, the only one that knew the Creator, that had his true laws, because everybody else went away from the law, even though they had part of the law. They went away from the law and added to or took away. All right? Or did both. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. And I still think that was the complex of England. I think that. I'm not saying I know, because I don't know that part. I'm going to tell you that I don't know, but that's my point of view. That's the complex of England. And his feet was like the feet of a bear. And to me, that was the Soviet Union. We talk about the Soviet Union all the time. So that's to me. I ain't saying that's what it is. Now, I'm not telling you the facts on that, but that's as far as I get. But it says, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, meaning he spoke with authority. All right? But this part right here I got. And the dragon, which we just saw in Revelation 12, the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. He gave him the power. The dragon, which bear rule over the whole earth, relinquishes power over to Rome, which is the fourth beast. Verse 3 now. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death. This is Christianity. This is Christianity. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. The wound was Christianity. The Arians and the bishops was fighting, tugging to each other until in 381 AD they got rid of the Arians and the wound was healed. I got that literature right here. We'll go over it tonight, but I'm tired. Can't go over it tonight, but I will tell you, 325 AD, Constantine, 381 AD, Constantinople. Look them up. Pull them up together, and I do have the information as well. I gotta find in my links, and I'll put it in here just to make it to the point where people can see the information if you're serious about looking it up. Now, 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which they did, which gave power unto the beast, which they did. They worshiped the dragon, no different than they worshiping sororities and stuff like that, and getting power and connections throughout the earth with jobs and stuff, right? Y'all know about it. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? Why? It's because he mingled himself with all people. And who gonna make war with him, and everybody is under the control of the beast? This is what was said in Daniel chapter 2. 5. There was given unto him a mouth speaking great things, and blasphemy, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. The blasphemy was the Christianity, and to me the 42 months was the crusade, going around making people accept that way of life. Make people accept Christianity and I wouldn't even say Jesus, but mainly Christianity at the time. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Yah, and blasphemed his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. That's how he was doing it. Through the New Testament, and through what they was calling themselves saying. Because remember, we had the Wycliffe Bible, the Geneva Bible, the Tisdale Bible, the Great Bible. Then we had the 1611 Bible. Then you don't get Jesus until the authorized, the revised King James Version. So that's what I was asking the brother. I said, when you think about Isus, or you, or whatever you want to call it, do you get an image to it? No. Why don't get an image to it? Because they weren't promoted with an image. The image was made as it's coming up. In the new, the revised. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, over the earth. 8. And all that dwell upon the earth that worship him, the beast, the Roman Empire, whose name was not written in the book of life of Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is patience and the faith of the saints. There we go. Gotta have the faith in his word. Then here come verse 11, which is the second beast. This is the second beast, which is the second leg of iron. You got two legs, right? Iron, you got two legs. You got old Rome. This is new Rome coming up. The second beast. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Democrat and Republican. Democrat and Republican. Whoever wins, they speak as a dragon. He's the winner. 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast. What first beast? Rome. The first beast that was given, that everything that they gave, he exercised all that, which was Christianity. He exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, which is Rome and Greek, whose deadly wound was healed. That's the Christianity. That's the deadly wound, which is Christianity. It didn't change. All they did is add an image to it, which is coming. 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of the men. 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, which is in sight of the system, the Roman Empire, saying to them that dwell on the earth, now comes that they should make an image to the beast, which has the wound by a sword and did live. That image is your Jesus Christ. And any image that you got, you even believe, an image you placed in front of that. Because the story is not the story, it's not the full story, it's modified, so it's not the story. They made the story to what they wanted it to be, to glorify him. And this is where you are in idolatry, by worshiping the man. Whether you get it or not. You got to sit back and look at, you are worshiping a man. The Father said no man can die for another man's sin. So why they got a man that's on the cross? That's one thing. Another thing, the Father said don't drink the blood. A lot of people are drinking the what they call it, the blood, and eating the flesh, which is the crackers and the wine. They do, I think, every first Sunday, or so many Sundays they do now in the Christian church. It's so much stuff that's off that people can't see. But let's keep it moving. And he had power to give life, in verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. That image, Jesus, speak. How he speak in the New Testament in red. Those red letters speak for that image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And they did that at one time when they were going around making people accept that way of life. So a lot of things happen simultaneously, but a lot of people look at things that's happening directly. A lot of stuff happens simultaneously. At one point it's happening one way, another point it's happening another, but it's all happening. And right here, 16 and 17, this is your name and number of today. 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. The number is the Social Security number. The name is the name on the Social Security card in all caps. All right? 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And that's Victus. That's the Pope. I will get that because that's simple. Nope, that's the council. Not tonight. I'm kind of tired. I'll go down here and lay it down. This is Act, this is Luke. This is stuff on Luke, not this one. Not you neither. Where we at? Come on now. Don't be hiding from me. You in here with Luke. I might have you down there sent to the sack. I was going to use you once before. Nope. Nah. Look over here one more time before I look down below. This might be it though, but we'll see. It has. Here we go. Right there. You gotta check it out. The Arius Philly D. Kind of read some of that. Etymology. Vicarious Philly D. Now I'm going to read that for you in a moment. Vicarious Philly D, Latin, vicar or representative of the Son of God, is a phrase first used in the forged medieval donation of Constantine. You see that? Donation of Constantine. All right? Vicar of the Son of God, representative of the Son of God in English. But this is I'm gonna hold it like this. Y'all can pause it and read it for yourself. There we go. So y'all can see it. Y'all can pause it and check it out. Okay. Here's a more detailed explanation. Origin. The phrase is Latin and it's being used in context of the Catholic. In context of the Catholic. Oh my man. Hold on. That's why I put it behind here. In context of the Catholic Church, particularly in relations to the Pope. Meaning, vicarious means vicar or representative, while Philly D translates to son of, of the son of. Of the son of, okay. What is the number 666 for the Pope? That's at the top. Y'all might can see that. I'm going to let y'all see this part real quick. Then it's at the top when I read about 666. But I think I got it in a more plainer view too. So again, what is the number 666 for the Pope? This historical interpretation. There you go, right there. 666 right there. See that right there? In yellow. I knew it was there. I'll read it again in a few moments. 666 right there in yellow. If y'all want to check that out. Now, This historical interpretation identifies the number 666 with the papal title Vicarius Filii Dei, meaning Vicar of the Son of God. This phrase has been used by popes for centuries to defend their ecclesiastical and temporal authority. The mark and number of the beast Norris Belunia, whatever that is. But I just mainly wanted you to get that. When you write these numbers in numerical form, in the Roman numeral, you'll see that each letter has the equivalent to a number, and all that name will come up to 666. Something I learned from a teacher that I was with about 30 years ago. Around that time, about 30 something years ago. If not just 30, it's late 20s or 30 some years. So I just did that, just shared all that with you, just to let you see the difference. It's up to you to do your research, and it all depends on how. Now we can go a little deeper. I could have went into that and read a lot more, but as you can see, I am tired, and I wanted to mainly give you the basics. And if anybody want to go through it with me, let's go. I can show you a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So my main thing is just sharing the information because that was I promised the creator. And this is like one of my specialties because I come to understand it. A lot of people know from what I'm seeing now, from what I went through this past Sunday, people have their own thoughts about certain things. I know what the creator brought me through to see and to understand, especially through going through Imperial, when I was in Europe. So I got to understand certain things. I think that's my plight and one of the things that I'm to know about. So, but it's up to a person to accept it or reject it. Take it from there. People look at it and don't even see it and can't. I just have to leave it alone. So, other than that, I just have to say that I am that Michael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be, waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you living in the new, this is for you. I'm the same Michael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwell, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see, that Michael is really me. We're going to do the benediction right now. I'm going to get some rest because tomorrow I got another long day. I got two sessions with the introduction sovereign class of knowledge in the rising and tomorrow night. So right now we're going to pray ourselves out, but before we pray ourselves out, or do the Shema, we're going to give the benediction, and it goes a little something like this. We're talking out of Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27, and it states, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name upon the children of Israel, and Yah will bless them. His name is the law. Yah's name is the law. He's going to put the law upon them, and he's going to bless them by his name being upon them. So other than that, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shekevo, Vakuto Violam, Vaed, Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Blessed be thou, Father universe. Thank you for all you've done for us, to us, and with us. Help us in every way. Bring us to your fruition that we may do your will, that we may understand and understand your will, that we may bring your will into fruition to the world. In your holy word and spirit and all things we pray. Hallelujah. 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 Praise you Almighty. All right. And I like to say, I like to thank everybody for coming tonight, for who all came or who will come to check this information out. Other than that, as you can see, I am tired, but it's a lot more that I can bring to you according to this information. But I wanted to bring you the conquest of, that was mostly the conquest of Esau. And I gave you the conquest of Jacob, which is in the end, which is in Daniel chapter 7, verse 21 and 22. And the key to that is 7, 21, 22, and 26 and 27. And also the top is, um, excuse me, is 17 to 18. Daniel 7, 17 to 18. You know. But all through the book, it shows that we're going to come on top. Excuse me. Also, Revelations 12. Excuse me, y'all. Also, Revelation 12 tells you more information. It's so much that gives clues about where we're going to be, where we are, where we will be. Excuse me, I told you I'm tired. So, what we're going to do is, as I shared the end of part one, I'm going to do it again in part two. If you text me your name, number, and email, I would text you my information. I would send the information in your email, and I would lock you in, so you'll have the information to the broadcast that we do. Now, our private broadcast is private, which is on Tuesday, which is in the rising. This rising coming up at 7:30 a.m. or at 9 p.m. after the sun go down. 7:30 a.m. or 9:30 or 9 o'clock p.m. Both of them Eastern time, and excuse me, and um, this is Introduction to Solving Class Knowledge. This is on Tuesdays, and this is private only. This is the only one that's private, meaning that this is the only one we do on Zoom only. And this, again, is on Tuesdays at 7:30 a.m. and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, all right? And if you'd like to get in contact with me, in order, just text me your email, your name, number, and email, and also let me know that you want to know more about the Zoom class or solver classes, Zoom or solver. Excuse me, Zoom for the Zoom classes. And my number is 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. Or you can email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. Now, if you like to get in contact, that's on Tuesdays, private class, but the rest of them is public. You can catch us on the Sabbath at 12 p.m. noon. Sabbath, 12 p.m. noon Eastern Time, which is Assembly of the Righteous at that time. Excuse me. Or you can catch us on the night after Sunday, which is they call Sunday night, but night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for or on right here, same place, but it's called Fight Fire with Truth. It's called Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. We have open conversation that night. Anybody can talk and share information. So, unless we have gotten to a topic. Then we here on Monday nights. That's night after Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's night after Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're here, and you're welcome to come through. Excuse me. That's Mikhail's Knowledge of Truth on Monday. All those are public. The only one that's private is Tuesday, which we're back to again at Tuesday mornings and Tuesday nights at 7:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. Um, Eastern. Now, those were for the Zoom and for to get connected. And like I say, text me your name, number, and email. Once you text me your name, number, and email, you will be getting emails in the in your excuse me. I'll be giving you emails. All right. to connect with me. But you can also, my number, if you'd like to connect with me, if you text me your name, number, and email at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. And also you can email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. All right. Now, those was for the Zooms. Now, for my public platforms, we're on YouTube and we're on X, formerly known as Twitter. That's YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter. And you can catch us on either one of those at JuicePro33. That's JUICEPRO 33. And excuse me. So again, that's JUICEPRO 33. You can like, subscribe, and share there as well. With me on YouTube. If you are interested in Facebook, Facebook is Michael Harris. It's MI''CHAEL space HARRIS. My Juice Pro 33 is JUICEPRO 33, all together, one word. But again, that Michael's Harris is MI''CHAEL space HARRIS. So there's space between there for Facebook. Now for Instagram and one of my TikToks. My Instagram and one of my TikToks is under Lakaim _the juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THEJUICE. I'm sorry. Again, that's LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Lakaim _the juice. All right. Now for my my Instagram and my TikTok. My Instagram and my TikTok. Oh, I think I just did it. LKHYYM_the juice. I just did that. But so my what's that, priest? I don't know how I'm getting it. I'm forgetting it. Excuse me. I'm going, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm tired. So as I was saying, that was my Instagram and my TikTok. My other TikTok and my other YouTube. My other TikTok and my other YouTube is under Michael the Juice Harris. That's MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. All together, one word. Again, that's MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. All together, one word, 4 words together. Now, that was my other YouTube, which you can like, subscribe, and share to, as well as my other TikTok. That was my other TikTok. Last but not least, now we have Facebook. Last but not least, now we have Rumble.com and Instagram. Rumble.com and Patreon.com. That's Rumble.com and Patreon.com. And you can connect with me on those two at Patreon.com/LKHYYM and Rumble.com/LKHYYM. Again, Patreon.com/LKHYYM and Rumble.com/LKHYYM. Other than that, y'all, I'm tired. I thank y'all for coming. For when you do come, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. For those who did come, other than that, I'm going to get some sleep. I appreciate, love you. See you soon. Zoom, I'm going to see you soon. Had to talk it through, had to stick it through, because this is what we do. Peace. Love you. Gotta go.
Recording stopped.
All right. All right, over here on Instagram, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. I'll see you soon. Love you, appreciate, love you, and always. Peace. All right. Facebook. Facebook. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. I'll see you soon. Love you, appreciate, love you, always. Peace. And over here on YouTube Live, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing that. Appreciate, love you. See you soon and always. Peace. Time.